Coming to you live from Edinburgh Baseball Stadium in the three-time All-American city of Edinburgh, this is Bronx Baseball. Tonight, the Bronx open up their final homestand of the season, a six-gamer starting with the first of three games against the University of North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I am Jonah Goldberg as we get ready for tonight's game between the Bronx and North Dakota. And the Bronx coming off of another WAC Series win. They've won 4 straight WAC Series to get themselves to 500 in WAC play and put themselves in the middle of a cluster. Being out of the playoffs and being the number 2 seed with a first-round bye, there's a difference of 2 games between all those teams. That's the difference between the 7 and 2, not including Grand Canyon since they're not postseason eligible. Such a mess to try and figure out with these 9 games left. Who's in, who's out in the postseason. So the simplest answer, Danny, would simply be if you win, you're in, right?
Exactly, and that's what the Bronx have been doing ever since that Grand Canyon series where they took 2 out of 3 there to start this streak of taking the series from their opponents and being able to just put some wins together consistently has been uplifting for this team.
Part of the reason, a big reason for all these wins has been pitching, and, well, more pitching. Lots of strong starting pitching. Bronx barely touch their bullpen on weekends anymore. In fact, Andrew Padron's the only reliever who's pitched the last 2 weekends. And last weekend at Chicago State, he only had to pitch in 1 game because the Bronx are getting great starting pitching.
Yeah, not just Street, because we know about him and his fantastic season. But how about Blake English starting to get it going here as of late, earning Pitcher of the Week and 1-2 punch, heading down the stretch, something very valuable for the Bronx.
And Alex Henson had a career high 8 strikeouts in his last start as well, so certainly a lot of positives coming up for the Bronx, and they look to continue it going tonight as Super Sam takes the mound tonight, hashtag Super Sam for all those on Twitter, against the University of North Dakota, looking to run his record to 11-0. He's one of 2 pitchers in the NCAA who's 10-0 this season, one of 3 with 10 wins. He's leading the NCAA with 8 complete games, leads the WAC in ERA, and strikeouts, and hits per 9 innings, and hit and walks per 9 innings, and strikeout to walk ratio, and a lot of stats. The idea is he's really, really good, and he looks to keep going tonight. And the pressure remains on as it does every Friday with scouts in the stands. There are 3 so far tonight here at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. And they're not just looking at him. It's Super Sam and friends. We'll take a timeout. Coming up on Bronx pregame, it's Coach's Corner. We'll chat with Bronx head coach Manny Mantrana. This is Bronx Baseball.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Raulito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
Welcome back to Bronx pregame. It's the Coach's Corner. Jonah Goldberg with Bronx head coach Manny Mantrana. And Coach, coming off of your final non-conference game of the season, 6-2 loss at Incarnate Word. What did you see in that game?
Even though we lost, sometimes you can learn a lot from your losses, Jonah. I thought that a couple of our guys, especially our freshmen, we brought in Tanner Dickinson in the 3rd inning to open up the inning, and he went 7 innings, only allowed a couple of runs, one of them which was unearned. Blake English, another freshman, had a couple of at-bats, and he had 2 excellent at-bats. So it was a good, even though we lost, it was a good day for the freshmen to give them some playing time and to build up their confidence because we're going to need them down the road.
Yeah, Blake Thomas picked up an RBI, and he's a guy that you're right. You only have 2 catchers right now. One of them is also a right fielder, so it gives you an opportunity to get him some time.
Yep, and he caught the last couple innings too. We moved Alex back to right field and gave Blake a chance to catch. So, if something happens to Alex, he's going to be the guy, and we're kind of grooming him. In the future, we will have Huck will be back next year. Blake will be a sophomore. So we're looking pretty good behind the plate for the future.
Tanner Dickerson went career-high 5 innings. You really hadn't pitched much recently, but now you were able to extend him a bit.
Yeah, Padron has kind of taken over the role of the first guy out of the bullpen, but we like Padron in late, maybe the 8th or 9th inning. Tanner has 3 pitches, even though he's not overpowering Jonah. He has an idea where the ball is going. Good changeup, nice, big floppy curveball. But again, he kind of knows where the ball is going. That's important. If you want a pitcher, to go through the lineup a couple times, he needs to have more than 1 or 2 pitches, and Tanner fits that mold.
And Austin Cass has put together another scoreless outing.
Austin, all year long, has been really, really good against right-handed hitters. If we need an out anytime during the game, and he's a right-handed hitter, Austin will be the first guy, has been the first guy, and will be the first guy out of the bullpen. He's got unbelievable numbers against right-handed hitters.
North Dakota, another team you're familiar with from your days in the Great West Conference, now into the WAC. What do you know about them?
He's got some good players. He's got a couple guys that throw it up there, pitchers that bring it in, with pretty good velocity. He's got a couple big hitters in Campbell and Peterson that can hit the ball a long ways. So, they're improved. It's going to be a good weekend of college baseball.
And Sam Street looking to run his record to 11-0.
Sam is going out there, and every time that he pitches, we feel we have a chance to win. So that's a great confidence booster for our guys. And again, he's done it on Friday nights. He's gone against everyone's, top pitcher Friday night. And as you mentioned, he's 10-0, so he's doing a wonderful job, and I think he's going to continue to do that.
When you found out that he was on the Pitcher of the Year watch list, it was a little bit after Friday's game. Do you go to tell him, do you run him up to the front of the bus, or do you let him find out on his own when he visits our website?
No, we have a very good SID, and he takes care of all that for me. So I didn't mention anything. With the job that you do and your staff does, with the guys, the teams, the programs, good news travels quickly around here. So that's one less thing I have to worry about, thanks to you and your staff.
One thing that I'm sure Street may already know, as we're already recording this, another week and another scout in attendance. It seems, especially as we're getting closer and closer to the draft, there always seems to be a scout here to watch him. Do you talk to him at all about the fact that there's a scout in the stands, or do you let him find that out on his own? What's the process there?
We talk to all of our juniors, especially our juniors and seniors, just to let them know, before the season, and then we kind of hit on it during the season. Once they try to change their game, Jonah, or they try too hard, they press, usually bad things happen. So we want them to make aware that, every pitch, every game is important, whether there's somebody in the stands, there's a scout, or there's no scout. Just, for them to work hard, concentrate, and do what they're capable of doing. So he knows that they're here to see him, which is great for the other guys too, because now the other guys get seen too. But we deal with it prior to the season and a couple times during the season, just to make them relax and just to help them go out there and just compete.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot, and good luck.
Thank you, Jonah.
That was Bronx head coach Manny Mantrano. That'll do it for the Coach's Corner. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups and first pitch. This is Bronx Baseball.
It's the Red Tax Sales event at South Texas Buick GMC. Come in today and claim your Red Tax cash on just about all of our Buick and GMC inventory. It's the Red Tax Sales event at South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
everybody running. Rio scores the tying run. Swinging a liner past the third baseman into left field. The base hits. Brookswin! Brookswin! Brookswin!
This commercial brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronx Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Welcome back out to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg as we get ready for the start of tonight's game between the Bronx and the University of North Dakota. It's time to get you to the starting lineups, and we will start with North Dakota. Leading off in right field, Patrick Rear. Batting second, the shortstop, Tyler Paulus. Hitting third and catching, Taylor Peterson. Cleaning up, designated hitter, Zach Trigstad. Batting fifth at first base, Jeff Campbell. Hitting sixth, the third baseman, Ryan Reese. Batting seventh in left field, Sam Alt. Hitting eighth, the second baseman, Daniel Lockhart. Rounding out the order, center fielder, Jacob Threlkeld. On the mound tonight for North Dakota, right-hander Andrew Tomei. Head coach of the University of North Dakota is Jeff Dodson. He's assisted by J.C. Field, Brian DeVillers, and David Cook. North Dakota, 9-20, 8-7 in conference play. They're 5-16 on the road. As for those UTPA Bronx, leading off at second base, Brian Ramirez. Hitting second at first is Victor Garcia Jr. Batting third at third base, Alberto Morales. Cleaning up the catcher, Alex Howe. Batting fifth, DH Edgar Cordone. Hitting sixth in left, Shane Ammon. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Jesus Garcia. Hitting eighth in center, Evan Mason. Rounding out the order, right fielder, Andy Fortuna. And if it's Friday night, that means on the mound tonight for the Bronx is the right-hander, hashtag Super Sam Street. Head coach of the Bronx in the sixth season, Manny Mantrana, assisted by Norberto Lopez, Brandon Hennessy, Andrew Carson. The Bronx 19-27, but they're 9-9 in conference play. 9-9 all time against North Dakota, 13-9 at home this season, and at 7:08 p.m., a rare late departure. The first pitch from Street is a strike, and the second pitch is a strike. Patrick Reaver, the right-handed hitting right fielder, at 242, a homer and 6 RBI, and he takes ball one. Street never wastes any time on the mound, and he works from the third base side of the rubber. As Street kicks and deals. Fastball, grounded foul at the plate. Game time temperature is 79 degrees. It feels like 78 with what can only be described as a wind chill. On this beautiful sunny Friday evening, the wind is coming in about 7 miles an hour towards the first base dugout. Street deals a slider hit in the air to left. Shane Edmond, or check that, Alberto Morales. That ball didn't carry at all. Over by third base, makes the catch. One away. Here's Tyler Fallis, the left-handed hitting shortstop, 303, 3 doubles, 9 RBI. Street kicks and deals. Fastball, line foul to the left and out of play. Defensively, Shane Ammon in left, Evan Mason in center, Andy Fortuna in right. Street deals, fastball strike on the outer half, 0-2. Alberto Morales at third, Jesus Garcia at short, Brian Ramirez at second, Victor Garcia Jr. at first. Alex Howe calls the pitches. And the right-hander Sam Street deals, swinging a chopper over the mound. Ramirez to his right, it's past him and into center field for a base hit. Seeing eye single Tyler Fallis. 3 for 6 on the base paths this year, 1 on, 1 out. Here's Taylor Peterson. Right-handed hitting catcher, 282, 2 homers, 19 RBI. Bronx defense, 965 fielding percentage this season. They've made 60 errors in 46 games and turned 30 double plays. Ball has a short lead from first. Street working from the stretch, deals. Fastball down the middle for a ball. A little high, I guess.
I think so.
Your mic was off.
Yeah, I think so. Might have been a bit high. It was right down the plate, though. Right down the middle.
Street deals. Slider drops in for a ball inside. And the count 2-0 on Peterson. Street deals. That fastball misses low and outside, 3-0. So 2 close pitches for a ball, 1 that wasn't close for a ball. It's 3-0. Street comes set at the letters and deals. Fastball outside, ball 4. He walked him. 4-pitch walk to Peterson. Pushes Fallis up to second. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first.
Now batting for North Dakota,
here's Zach Trigstad.
Zach Trigstad.
The left-handed hitting designated hitter. 273, a home run, and 11 runs batted in. Base hit means the game's first run for North Dakota. Street deals. Curveball. A little bit outside. It was a slider, actually. He's just missing with a lot of these pitches. He's been pretty close. Alex Howe goes out for a talk with Street, the Australian duo and battery. They're the only one in the NCAA. One of only 2 in the entire nation, or one of actually only 3 in the entire nation, of non-American countrymen batteries.
Wow.
The other 2 are Canadian, and they're both on Northern Kentucky. Same catcher, different pitchers. Pitch a fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. If this was a number of years ago, you could say that the sun never sets on the British Empire. Runner at second, Fallis. The runner at first, Peterson, 1 out. Street deals. Slider, strike in the outside corner, 1-2. Street slowing down a little with runners on. Or Street had to work in and out of trouble in his last start. Gave up a season high 11 hits, career high tying 11 hits. The last time Street gave up 11 hits was last year. It was in a road game, and it was against
North Dakota.
Of course. Pitch is grounded up the middle, grabbed by Garcia behind second, steps on the bag for one on to first, the double play. And just like that, the inning is over. No runs a hit, no errors, a man left. The end of half an inning of play. It's North Dakota 0, and the Bronx coming to bat. This is Bronx baseball.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Raulito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
It's the Red Tax Sales Event at South Texas Buick GMC. Come in today and claim your Red Tax cash on just about all of our Buick and GMC inventory. It's the Red Tax Sales Event at South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
Second baseman, number 1, Brian Ramirez.
Welcome back out to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. To the bottom of the first we go. No score between the Bronx and North Dakota. Brian Ramirez leads it off for UTPA against North Dakota right-hander Andrew Tomei, who deals a fastball strike. Ramirez, the second baseman at the top of the order, 276, a homer and 15 RBI. Chopped foul over to the left. Ramirez has started hitting leadoff recently. He was usually at the top of the order last year. He's fluctuated a little bit. The Bronx tried him in some of the power spots throughout the season, the RBI spots, and he pressed a little bit to try and take on that role. Pitch misses low and outside, 1-2. So the overall number's down. He hit about 340 last year, but ever since moving him back to the top of the order, and really in the last few weeks, you've seen him become a little more comfortable at the plate and more of the hitter that we know he can be. Tomei deals a breaking ball chopped to short. Fallis grabs and fires to first, a little to the right of first, but Campbell makes the nice stretch for the out. One away. Victor Garcia Jr. up. First baseman today, 244, 7 doubles, 17 RBI. So you know Fallis is at short. The rest of the defense, left to right in the outfield, Sam Alt, Jacob Threlkeld, Patrick Rewer, left to right around the infield after this pitch, which is high. Ryan Reese, Fallis, Daniel Locker, Jeff Campbell, behind the plate Taylor Peterson, and on the mound is Andrew Tomei. Fastball fouled off to the left. Tomei's interesting. He was the top freshman pitcher in the Great West Conference a couple of years ago. He's a junior now. He was unhittable. North Dakota went to that conference tournament. I think they were the 7 seed. Pitch is chopped to first. Campbell trouble with it. He flips in time, though, to Tomei covering 2 away. And they pulled off a first-round upset. And it was because of that upset that the Bronx had to face them in the second round. And that didn't go so well for UTPA. They ended up in the losers bracket out in 3 games. And Tomei threw a complete game shutout in the first game of the tournament, and that's what he was his freshman year. It's a walking shutout waiting to happen. Pitch a fastball strike to Alberto Morales. Righty hitting third baseman, 239, 2 homers, 21 RBI. Tomei deals. Fastball outside. County thins up. Tomei didn't have as good of numbers last year, although they were pretty good. Pitch is low, 3-0. ERA was in the high 3s. This year the ERA is over 6. They get me over. That's 3-1. Strikeout to walk ratio nearly 1-1. Opponent's batting 328 off him. This pitch is hit on the ground hard to short to his left. Fallis throws to first for the out. That's your inning. 3 up, 3 down. An inning in the books, no score. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
Well outside to the backstop. Everybody running. Rio scores the tying run. Swinging a liner past the third baseman into left field. The base hit. Bronx win. Bronx win. Bronx win.
This commercial brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics. Back at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium in Sam Street. Deals the first pitch. Ball to Jeff Campbell. 5-6-7 in the North Dakota order against Street. Slider drops inside. Campbell 273, 5 homers, 22 RBI. He's also a pitcher. He's in the weekend rotation the last couple years. Count 2-1. We referenced the 2012 conference tournament. Campbell's the guy who beat the Bronx in that second game. Pitch on the ground to short. Nice play, Garcia on the backhand, and a nice stretch on the other end by Garcia Jr.
Wow, what a play by Jesus Garcia at shortstop with a backhand stop on the outfield grass. He one hops it to the bag and a nice stretch at the other end. Wow.
Ryan Reese, the batter. Playing third base today, 3-12, 4 doubles, 16 RBI. They're going right, left throughout the entire North Dakota order. Exception of 6 and 7 where they back up the lefties. First pitch strike to Reese. case was last year that lefties hit a bit better than righties against Street. Fastball outside. Not as much the case anymore now that Street has that changeup.
And that changeup keeps the lefties on their toes. It tails away from them, I believe.
Pitch hit in the air out towards left. Shane Ammon in a couple of steps. Makes the catch. 2 away for Sam Alt. Another left-handed hitters at 8 for 30 this season with 4 RBI. Righties are hitting better against Street. Well, actually, they're about the same. 204 for righties, 209 for lefties. So lefties slightly better, but down. They were over 300 against Street last year. That changeup has been the all-important equalizer. And that's the reason Street is having such a great year. It's all takes ball 1. Street is on the College Hall of Fame Pitcher of the Year watch list. He's one of just 47 pitchers on that list. The only one from the WAC, one of just 4 in the state of Texas. Count 1-1 on Alt. Street leads the nation in complete games with 8. He's one of only 2 10-0 pitchers in the nation, one of just 3 with 10 wins, period. Pitch inside. He's got a 1.69 ERA in 11 starts. He's pitched 95 2/3 of a possible 100 innings this season. 63 strikeouts compared to 19 walks. Opponents batting .206 off of him. Count 2-2 on Alt. More than 20 fewer hits than innings pitched, with just 73 hits allowed. 2-2. Fastball. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Alt down looking for a strikeout for Street. And that's your inning. 3 up, 3 down. The end of an inning and a half. No score. This is Bronx baseball.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronx Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Welcome back out to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. Go to the bottom of the second. Bagels on the scoreboard. 4-5-6 in the Bronx order against North Dakota right-hander Andrew Tomei, who deals outside. Alex Howe, the lefty hitting catcher. 333, 4 homers, 31 RBI. Leads the Bronx in pretty much every offensive category. Tomei deals. Fastball foul tipped at the plate. Tomei, 2-4, 6.38 ERA, 10 games, 7 starts, 1 complete game. 42 1/3 innings, 57 hits, 15 more hits than innings pitched. Opponents banged 328 off him, 26 strikeouts, 20 walks. Fly ball left center. Threlkeld coming over from center to make the catch. 1 away. Here's Edgar Cordone. He's the DH today at 279, a homer and 11 RBI.
Now batting for your Bronx. Designated hitter, number 26, Edgar Cordone.
Tomei's looked pretty good in the early going. He's keeping the ball down. He's got 3 ground balls and a fly ball. Cordone looks at strike 1 on the outside. Tomei deals back to the mound. Tomei runs towards first, underhands for the out. 2 away.
Now batting for your Bronx, left fielder, number 23.
I know it's only 5 batters and 17 pitches, but he looks a lot more like the Tomei I remember than the Tomei those numbers indicate.
Yeah, and right now he's just pitching to contact, letting the Bronx get themselves out.
There's another chopper to first, and Campbell has trouble with it, E3.
That took a weird hop on Campbell right as Campbell got right in front of the bag, and once that hop, it went off the heel of the glove, and right behind him allowed Ammon to reach on the E3.
Here's Jesus Garcia. Shortstop, 244, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 15 RBI. Runs the hands up and takes low and outside. So first time Tomei's had to pitch out of the stretch. First Bronx base runner.
And sometimes what happens is the infield doesn't get enough water. It's a little bit hard, and if it takes a bounce, it'll take a bad hop.
Pitch off the end of the bat, right center field. It goes. Reaver comes over to make the catch. Reaver, and that's the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and a 1 man left on base. 2 innings in the books, no score. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital at Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Back at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the third. No score, and with the play-by-players, Danny.
Thank you, Jonah. Daniel Lockhart going to lead things off for North Dakota as he looks at a fastball just a bit off the outside edge. Sam Street on the mound for the Bronx. He brings the 1-0. Swinging a high pop-up towards the right side of the field. Ramirez goes out, and he's being called off by Andy Fortuna in right, who makes the catch. 1 down.
Fortuna came a long way to get to that ball, and he's got a lot of range. Really good defensive outfield out there with Ammon, Mason, Fortuna.
That'll bring Jacob Threlkeld to the plate. He's batting .216 on the year, no home runs, 13 RBI. And with a pitcher like Street on the mound who likes to put the ball in play, and you want your best defenders out there behind him. As the pitch to Threlkeld is just a bit outside, like the breaking ball from Street. Here's the 1-0. Swung and fouled over to the left side and out of play. The count evens at 1-1. Still no score here tonight. North Dakota with the only hit of the night thus far as Street brings the 1-1, swinging a tapper over to the right side out towards the first base dugout. 1-2 on Threlkeld. Street out of the windup, looks in. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a liner back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Threlkeld aboard with the single.
Right fielder, number 26, Patrick Rywer.
Now back to the top of the order with Patrick Reaver, who's 0 for 1 with a pop out to third. Street now works out of the stretch here. Reaver takes his time to dig in there, looks towards the first base dugout for the signs. There's a throw over, not in time. Another throw. Throw killed back in there safely. One away here in the top of the third. Another throw to first. Not in time. Throw killed on the air. 5 for 5 in stolen bases this season. Street sets at the letters. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Another throw, this time a bit closer, but throw killed still back in there safely. Street just trying to keep him close. Throw over. Throw killed was leaning a little bit, but he's back in there safely. Looked like he wanted to go, almost got his cleat stuck in the dirt. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. The fastball in on the hands. 0-2 on Reaver. Tyler Follis on deck over to the right side. The 0-2. Off speed, just off the outside corner. Count goes to 1-2. Street works on the third base side of the rubber. Throw over to first, not in time. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike three right in the inside corner. Reaver gone looking. Second strikeout of the night for Street. And now 2 down as Tyler Follis heads to the plate.
Now batting, shortstop, number 11, Tyler Follis.
Follis singled back in the first. Morales at third playing well off the bag. Throw over. Not in time. Fortuna in right. Playing a bit shaded towards center field. Another throw, not in time. The sun's still setting here. Ramirez at second and Fortuna battling the sun as that one's lifted over to the left side and out of play. Howe quickly out to the mound to have a word with the right-hander.
Information on the UTPA Bronx. Make UTPABronx.com your homepage and visit it often. UTPABronx.com.
Street gets the signs from Howe. Another throw over to first, not in time. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball right on the outside corner. 0-2 on Follis. One more strike for Street, and he can get out of this inning. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a tapper right at the plate. Looked like it might have gone off Howe's mask. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 right on the inside corner. There's that changeup from Street. As Fallis goes down looking, back-to-back strikeouts to end the top of the third for North Dakota as they go quietly. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on. In the middle of the third, still no score. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Rolito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
It's the Red Tax Sales Event at South Texas Buick GMC. Come in today and claim your Red Tax cash on just about all of our Buick and GMC inventory. It's the Red Tax Sales Event at South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
Welcome back to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. Danny Elizondo with you here alongside Jonah Goldberg. Evan Mason going to lead things off for the Bronx here against the right-hander Andrew Tomei. Still no score here tonight as he pitched from Tomei. It's a fastball right on the outside corner. Oh, and 1. Tomei quickly brings the pitch. That one misses low and away. 1-1 the count. Mason batting .244 on the year. No home runs. 12 RBI. The 1-1 pitch. Tied on the knees. 2-1 the count. Andy Fortuna and Brian Ramirez will follow here in this inning as that one is lined through the left side and into left field for a base hit. So Evan Mason has the first hit for the Bronx. He is aboard now for Andy Fortuna, who's batting .162 on the year. No home runs, 6 RBI. Looks down to third. Coach Matrana flashes the signs as Brian Ramirez comes out on deck. Tomei out of the stretch. Brings a pitch. Fortuna squares up and bunts that one foul.
Watch out for those little GNS glass foul balls. That's like a chip in your windshield right there.
The 0-1 pitch. Fortuna bunts it over to the right side. Tomei has it. He'll flip it over to first in time, but Fortuna gets the job done. Moves Mason over to second with the sacrifice bunt. So now back to the top of the order with Brian Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 1 with a ground out too short, but a base hit could mean the game's first run. Tomei sets at the letters. Here's the pitch to Ramirez, and that one's going to get away from Peterson, and that will allow Mason to move over to third. I believe that'll be a pass ball. So now Ramirez doesn't necessarily need a hit to bring in the game's first run. Fly ball, maybe even a ground ball to get Mason in from third. Here's the 1-0 from Tomei. There's a half swing and a miss. And the count evens at 1-1. The 1-1 on its way. That one misses outside. 2-1 the count. Reese at third and Campbell at first. Pinched in on the grass. Now Fallis and Lockhart will do the same. Here's the 2-1. That one's low and outside. Count is 3-1 now on Brian Ramirez, and it looks like North Dakota's going to try to cut down a possible run at third. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Chopper foul.
You see how quickly Tomei's working? On that last sequence, he shook off a pitch, and then as soon as he saw the one and he liked, as he was shaking his head, yes, he was already starting his windup.
Tomei calls time.
It's quite decisive.
Looks like he's trying to get that jersey tucked in correctly. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul back into the screen. The count remains full. Another 3-2. Right down the heart of the plate, taken for a strike three, and Ramirez is gone looking. First strikeout of the ball game for Tomei. Now 2 down for Victor Garcia Jr. So now the Bronx will need a base hit to get that first run in. Garcia grounded out to first. His first time up. Here's the pitch. That one is just a bit outside from Tomei. Tomei kicks and delivers. Tied on the knees, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball right on the outside corner. Tomei working pretty quickly here. Not wasting much time. Grabs the ball, back onto the rubber, looks in, and sets on the pitch. Here comes the 2-1. Breaking ball misses high and outside. 3-1 the count. Maybe his thought process is the quicker he goes, the less he thinks. The more he thinks about it, then more likelihood of him making a mistake. Here comes the 3-1. That one misses high and upstairs. Ball 4. Victor Garcia Jr. reaches with the 2-out walk. And now that puts runners on the corners for Alberto Morales.
25 walks compared to 17 strikeouts for Garcia this year.
So now time called. Jeff Dodson heads out to the mound. Wants to bring in the entire infield. I don't know if it's to check on Tomei here, maybe to just try to slow things down for him.
Well, when you start to get into trouble, you never want to let it snowball. You have runners on the corners, and you just got a big strikeout, and then you lose Garcia. You have a really good hitter up in Morales. You just want to slow things down, refocus on the hitter.
And if you're Tomei, you want to go right after Morales because Alex Howe is on deck.
That's great protection. Morales should see some pretty good pitches in this at bat.
So Tomei now back to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball right on the outside edge. 0-1. Garcia Jr. takes his lead off of first. The 0-1. Off speed on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2. Tomei bent at the hip, shakes off a couple of signs. Now here's the 0-2. Breaking ball fouled over to the right side as Morales stays alive.
Foul ball. Stop by and see your friends at Gina's Glass, north of the courthouse on 281 here in Edinburgh.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball called, strike 3. On the outside corner, Morales gone looking. And Tomei works around a couple of base runners. Keeps the Bronx off the board. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on after 3 innings of play. Still no score. We'll be back with more Bronx baseball after this break.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Number 8, Taylor Peterson.
Welcome back to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. We go to the top of the 4th. Danny Alisona with you here tonight alongside Jonah Goldberg. Still no score here tonight. The opening game of this 3-game set between the Bronx and the visiting North Dakota. Sam Street brings the first pitch of the inning. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. As he jumps out in front of Taylor Peterson, who walked his first time up. Fastball in on the hand, swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2. Peterson walked. It was the first out of the inning double play in that first inning as Street brings the 0-2 pitch, lifted high in the air out towards the right side. Fortuna going over to his left, now coming in, and he is there to make the catch.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 4, Zach.
1 down now for Zach Trigstad. The designated hitters 0 for 1. He grounded into that inning-ending double play in the first.
We'd like to welcome Joe Aguilar and his youth group out tonight. Good to hear you guys here.
Trigstad taking his time to dig in there. Here's the pitch from Street. Just a bit low. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. A bit low again. 2 balls, no strikes. Street kicks and delivers. That one's hit high in the air over the left side. Going to slice out of play. 2-1 the count. Infield playing Trigstad to pull. Garcia, the shortstop, just almost behind second base as the fastball catches the outside corner. 2-2 on Trigstad. Street looks in. Now here comes the pitch. Swinging a line right back towards Garcia. Didn't have to move. Right there, good defensive positioning for the Bronx, and that's 2 down.
For North Dakota, first baseman number 21, Jeff Campbell.
So that'll bring Jeff Campbell to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out, 2 short. Street kicks and delivers. Fastball low and away. Ball 1. Street trying to get some dirt off of his cleats. So now brings the pitch. There's a breaking ball just a bit tight on the knees. 2-0. Here's the pitch from the right-hander, misses away. 3-0 the count. Fastball misses inside. It's a 4-pitch walk to Campbell.
Second 4-pitch walk of the game issued by Street. Both of them included some tight pitches that just missed.
Some of those look pretty good from up here. As Ryan Reese steps in, a runner on, 2 outs. We're still in the top of the 4th, still no score. Here's the pitch to Reese. Breaking ball right on the outside corner. Strike 1. Campbell takes his lead off of first. Here's the pitch from Street. That one misses low and away. 1-1 the count. Street works from the third base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball just a bit high. Now Howe is going to walk the ball out about a third of the way and then fires it back to Street. 2-1 on Reese. The pitch. Line over to the right side. Ramirez dives and into right field for a base hit. Nice attempt by Ramirez to go into that dive for it, but just couldn't come up with it as North Dakota has 2 runners on for Sam Alt. Alt 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Howe has a quick word with Street. Street still getting the signs from Howe behind the plate. The right-hander deals. Breaking ball right on the outside edge for a strike.
You know, it's funny because that pitch is so similar to some of the pitches that have been called balls with right-handed hitters up, with the lefty up. And there's nobody over there. It's being called a strike, and it is a strike.
I wonder where the umpire, Chuck Lyon, positions himself prior to that pitch.
You wonder if it's different for the lefty and the righty batter, or
Yeah.
if it's exactly the same.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball lined over the left side. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. Campbell's being waved around third. He will come in to score. As Reese heads over to third, it's an RBI double for Sam Alt. And North Dakota leads 1-0 here in the top of the fourth.
Now batting for North Dakota, second baseman number 3, Daniel Lockhart.
So the second baseman, Daniel Lockhart, will now step in. Couple of runners in scoring position. Lockhart is 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. Street works out of the windup. Here comes the pitch. Fastball right over the heart of the plate, taken for strike one. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball just off the outside corner. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a liner, chopper, up towards the middle. Garcia grabs, he fires, and in time to get Lockhart. And that'll do it for North Dakota here in the top of the fourth, but not before they get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on. In the middle of the fourth, Bronx trail 1-0. We'll be back with more Bronx baseball after this break.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronx country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
We go to the bottom of the fourth here at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. Danny Elizondo with you here alongside Jonah Goldberg. Bronx now trail 1-0 as Alex Howe steps in, looks at a ball from Andrew Tomei. As Howe lifts one out towards the left side. Alt going back, still going back. He twists and turns and he makes the catch. 1 away here at the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring Edgar Cordone to the plate. He's 0 for 1 as he rounded out to the pitcher back in the second. Here's the pitch from Tomei. There's a liner back up the middle, knocked down by Tomei. Grabs and he fires on the first and in time. I believe Tomei might have knocked that one down with his hand and part of his glove. But nonetheless, 2 away as Shane Abbott digs in there. He reached on an 8-3 back in the second. As Tomei brings the pitch. Fastball called a strike on the outside edge. Here's the 0-1. Liner over to the left side and into the screen. Quickly 0-2 here on Ammon. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Tomei. Fastball. This is low and outside. Ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Little blooper over to the left side, and that will sneak into the third base dugout. Hammond was just trying to poke that over the third baseman. Just a little bit late on it as Tomei steps off. Here's the 1-2. Fastball. Stays high and outside. 2-2 the count. The right-hander deals. Low and in. Hammond works the count full. Here comes the payoff pitch. Hammond fouls that one off towards the on-deck circle. Jesus Garcia out on deck, almost made the barehanded grab.
Hit off his bare hand. That's dangerous.
Here comes another payoff pitch. That one misses just a bit outside. Ball 4, and Hammond works it for a 2-out walk.
Well, after Tomei got the first 2 outs on 3 pitches, 8-pitch walk issued to Hammond.
Nice at bat there by Hammond, trying to get Tomei out of his rhythm a bit. As Jesus Garcia steps in, he's 0 for 1 when they fly out to right. Tomei with the pitch, Hammond on the move, throw down, not in time. That one called a strike on to Garcia at the plate, but Hammond is in there with his 5th stolen base of the season. Tomei sets at the letters. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball low and outside. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 on its way. Swing and a miss right over the top of the breaking ball. 1-2 on Garcia, with Evan Mason on deck over to the left side. Tomei checks his runner, the 1-2. Tied on the knees. Count evens up now at 2-2. Right-hander brings the pitch. Garcia just get enough of it to foul it off and stay alive. Tomei now brings it 2-2 again. Chopper over the left side. That one will be grabbed by the shortstop, Fallis. He will throw over to third to try to catch Hammond off the bag, but the throw's not in time. That'll be a single for Garcia.
Center fielder, number 5, Evan Mason.
So now runners on the corners here for Evan Mason. He's 1 for 1 with a single as the pitch is lined into left field for a base hit right over the leaping Follis. And just like that, we are tied at 1 on Evan Mason's RBI single.
Now batting for your Bronx, right fielder number 22, Andy.
So now Andy Fortuna steps in. A base hit could give the Bronx the lead. It all started with that 2-out walk by Shane Ammon. Stolen base. Base hit and another base hit by Evan Mason this time as Fortuna stabs at it. Comes up empty on the bunt. 0-1 on Fortuna. The 0-1 pitch. Misses just off the outside edge. 1-1 the count. Garcia at second, Evan Mason at first. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Fortuna. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Tomei with the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The breaking ball low and away. Fortuna down on strikes. And that'll do it for the Bronx here in the 4th, but not before they get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. And 2 runners left on after 4 innings of play. We're tied at 1. We'll be back with more Bronx baseball after this break.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Raulito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
Welcome back to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. We go to the top of the 5th, and with a play-by-play, here's Jonah.
Well, thank you, Danny. Game tied at 1 as Jacob Threlkeld takes a fastball outside from Sam Street. 9-1-2 in the North Dakota order against UTPA right-hander. As Street deals inside. Threlkeld singled in the 3rd. Each team scored in the 4th. There was an RBI double by Sam Alt in the top of the inning. In the bottom, it was an RBI single by Evan Mason. Both were with 2 outs. That's where we stand, 1 apiece. Pitch flared to left. Out goes Garcia, and it's off his outstretched glove and into left field for a base hit. Well, a near web gem by Garcia. Threlkeld now 2 for 2, and we roll over the order for Patrick Reaver, who is 0 for 2. Street 66 pitches, 41 of them have been strikes. So right around his 2/3 of his pitches for strikes percentage, usually where he is. He's throwing about 67% of his pitches for strikes this season. There are very few pitchers on planet Earth who are better than that at any level. Alex Howe out to give the signs. Reaver showing bunt to third first. Threlkeld back, and that throw may have been to see if they were bunting, and if so, mission accomplished. Slider outside. Morales charging. 1-0 on Reaver. Well, when you got a guy like Street on the mound, and on the other side, you've got Tomei throwing the way he's throwing. Every run becomes so critical, so you get a runner on, and you do whatever it takes to score him. You're at the point of the game where you've seen what the pitchers are going to give you, and you're no longer so concerned about the big inning. You're playing for a run whenever you can get it. Garcia fields the bunt. He flips to Ramirez, covering for the out.
Now batting for North Dakota.
On to second moves Threlkeld. Well, now a base hit means a run for North Dakota. It would mean the lead. Game tied at 1 in the 5th with 1 out. Taylor Fallis is at the plate. He's 1 for 2, singled in the first, struck out in the third. And Street steps off. Street and Howe having trouble getting on the same page. So Howe heads out for a talk with Street. Howe and Street have been working together a few times. This is their 4th time together now. But with a runner at second, the signs change. Remember, Howe hasn't caught regularly since he was a freshman. He's a senior now, and certainly Division I ball a little different. So, still an adjustment. Street deals. Low and inside. The right-hander delivers. Fastball fouled off to the left and out of play.
I'll tell you, I've seen some rally caps before, but if you look over to North Dakota's dugout, I believe that's number 38.
What the heck?
Twenge.
Twenge. Pitch fouled off to the left.
I believe it's 10 hats on his head. 5 going forward, 5 going backwards, and he's stacking them up like a top hat.
And it's every other.
Yeah.
Big smokestack.
Yeah. First time I see something like that as a rally hat.
That's awesome. That's just so awesome. I love the creative rally caps. 1-2 slider outside, 2-2. Everybody's got something different, you know. I've always been a fan of the inside-out backwards hat. I've seen the begging for hit, you know, holding it out like it's a cup. Some people just go backwards or just inside out, or they'll fold it into a W. Seen that with the hat. Runner at second is Threlkeld. There's 1 out in the top of the 5th. Game tied at 1. Street deals. Fastball off the end of the bat, fouled off to the left.
Watch out for the rebound. Another
Still 2-2.
foul ball.
Pitch fouled back to the screen. And we will do it yet again. Good battle going on between Paulus and Street. The next pitch of this at bat will be number 7. Drelkeld led off with a single and moved to second on a sac bunt. And he's been there for a while. Both the runs came in the 4th. Pitch chopped to the right. Garcia blocks it with the body, recovers for the out. Taylor Peterson, the batter, as Threlkeld moves to third. Peterson will walk and a fly out today, base hit, and give North Dakota the lead. Wild pitcher, pass ball can do it also now.
Peterson. All right, Bronx fans, now if you want to start limbering up and get ready to do the chicken dance, we're going to have our chicken dance coming up later on, so we hope that you'll participate in
Coach Manchon out for a discussion with the entire infield. And,
going to be leading us in the chicken dance.
you know, he's seen Street working a little deliberately in this inning and probably wants to make sure everybody's on the same page on how you're pitching to Peterson here. One of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup.
And of course, Sunday afternoon for more exciting Bronx baseball here at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. And don't forget, if you haven't done it so yet, make UTPABronx.com your homepage. Log on and check out the latest news, scores, and information with your UTPA Bronx.
Conversation complete. Everybody back to their positions. Pitch misses low and outside. The 1-0. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Alex Twengy still on the top step of that North Dakota dugout with the hats stacked high. It's got to be hot under that. 1-1. Fastball fouled back over the press box and out of play. 1-2.
Foul ball.
Street deals. Slider. Ball. You can see everybody on the field taking a step towards the dugout. All the Bronx at least.
I don't know where that missed.
It's that inside slider to the righty.
Yeah.
That's been called a pitch to the lefty. We're going into on the outside corner for them, but on the inside corner to the righty, it's not getting called.
That was a good-looking pitch from Street, too, and now, I mean, if it's not called a strike, then how can he go back to it?
2-2, fastball swing and a miss. Sometimes you don't need the sliders. Fastball had some good heat on that one. And the inning is over. 4 strikeouts for Street. No runs a hit, no errors a man left. At the end of 4.5 innings of play, we're halfway through it, tied at 1. This is Bronx Baseball.
It's the Red Tack Sales event at South Texas Buick GMC. Come in today and claim your Red Tack cash on just about all of our Buick and GMC inventory. It's the Red Tack Sales event at South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
Welcome back out to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. Alongside the man they call Danny Elizondo. I just call Danny. My name is Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Game tied at 1. First pitch from Andrew Tomei misses outside to Brian Ramirez. Top of the Bronx order for the 3rd time tonight. Ramirez 0 for 2. That was Tomei's 64th pitch, his 40th strike. Pretty good ratio in his own right. And he deals another strike. Now it's 1-1. That was his first strike of the inning, actually. Pitch is grounded up the middle, gloved by Fallis to his left. He throws to first for the out. 1 away. There's Victor Garcia Jr. 0 for 1. He walked in the 3rd.
Now batting for your Bronx, first baseman number 17, Victor Garcia Jr.
And he looks at ball 1. Runs in the 4th, Sam Walton RBI double, Evan Mason an RBI single, both with 2 outs. Game tied at 1, and it's 2-0 on Garcia with 1 out in the 5th. Pitch, fastball fouled off to the left, 2-1. Last homestand of the season for the Bronx. 3 against North Dakota this weekend. Next weekend, 3 against Sacramento State, the WAC leaders. Then they head to Northern Colorado for the final 3, and then they certainly hope that they'll go straight to Mesa, Arizona for the WAC tournament. Pitch chopped over the mound to his right. Lockhart, he turns and throws and pulls Campbell off the bag. Infield single. That would have been a heck of a play if he could have made it. Lockhart did a great job of getting to the ball and then making any kind of throw as he was getting past the second base bag and towards left field. But Garcia's fast enough, and the throw was a little to the left at first base that it all just angled into a single. So the leadoff man aboard. It's the first hit by anybody in the first 6 spots in the Bronx order. All the hits had come from 7 and 8. They were combined 3 for 4. They still are, in fact. As Alberto Morales pops it up straight back a little to our right. It takes a high hop off the concourse and off the roofing of one of the suites and then back onto the concourse, or it'll become a souvenir for a fan. Strike 1 to Morales. Morales ripping the cover off the baseball recently. 3rd first, nothing doing. He was 9 for 16, or actually 9 for 17 in the leadoff spot in a stretch starting with the Bronx last home game against Bakersfield, and then that lasted against Texas in the first 2 games of the Chicago State Series. So 4 games absolutely on fire. A 3-hit game and a 4-hit game in there. Pitch low, 1-1. And now that got him going, the Bronx has moved him back into an RBI spot. Fastball fouled off to the right and out of play. 1-2.
We'd like to welcome Gus and Sandra in the house tonight, supporting UTPA Bronx. Thanks so much for coming out and being a part of the game.
Garcia leads from first, 1 out, bottom of the 5th, game tied at 1. Pitch, fastball, strike 3 called, inside corner. Morales down looking, 2 away.
Now batting for your Bronx, catcher, number 14, Alex Howe.
Here's Alex Howe, 0 for 2. Fly out on a line out today. The right-hander deals. Fastball low. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Tomei has slowed down a bit. Remember, early in the game, he got the ball, he threw it, he got the ball, he threw it. Working a little more deliberately as the game has gone on. Throw to first, diving back and head first safely Garcia, but he's still been just as effective for the most part. Really pitching a heck of a ball game. And if this is the Tomei that North Dakota is going to get for the rest of the season, it's really going to bolster their playoff chances. 1-1. There's a strike, 1-2. Pitch is lined down the right field line. That's a fair ball, base hit. Rounding second and headed for third, Garcia. Throw comes into second. So Howe comes up with a big 2-out single to set up runners on the corners. Now a base hit can give the Bronx the lead. Here's Edgar Cordone. Back to the mound twice today. Garcia 90 feet away. Howe 270 feet away. Right-hander deals. Curveball strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. Misses low. 1-1. Give you an idea of how good Tomei was his freshman year. I mean, you know that feeling you get when you come to the ballpark and Sam Street is pitching?
Yeah.
That we're going to win feeling? That was the feeling when Tomei was pitching. They were going to win. Swing and a miss, 1-2. The only things that could derail that were if he didn't pitch a complete game, which he didn't do as often as Street does, certainly. If the bullpen were to blow it or if he didn't get run support. 1-2. Fastball, strike three called on the outside corner. That is strikeout number 4 or 5 rather by Tomei. And that's your inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 5 innings of play, tied at 1. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
The 2-2. Well outside to the backstop. Everybody running. Rio scores the tying run. Swinging a liner past the third baseman into left field. The base hit. Bronx win. Bronx win. Bronx win.
This commercial brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics.
Back we are at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. Sixth inning, tied at 1 as Zach Trigstad fouls it back to the screen on a bunt attempt. He's grounded into a double play, and he's lined out today. 0 for 2. The line out, Bronx had him played perfectly, and you see Garcia is shaded up the middle again. And he's basically playing 4 feet to the right of the second base bag, if that, and then on the lip of the outfield grass. And because of that, Garcia was able to catch the line drive that normally would have been ticketed for center field in the 4th. Street deals. Strike outside corner, 0-2.
And that's the exact same spot that Trigstad grounded into the double play back in the 1st.
Well, the Bronx have seen him for a couple of years now. Familiar former Great West Conference opponent, so good scouting report. Pitch outside, 1-2. Pitch, fastball, strike 3 call. Trigstad down looking, back-to-back strikeouts for Street. That's 5 in the ball game. 1 out in the 6th. Here's Jeff Campbell, a ground out, a walk, and a run scored today. First pitch, fastball upstairs. One and one on Campbell. Pitch fouled off the mask of Howe to the backstop. 1-2. Wave and a miss. 6 strikeouts for Street, 3 in a row, 2 away in the 6th.
And number 20, Ryan Reese. Reese.
Pitch is lined to first, caught by Garcia, and that is your inning. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 5.5 innings of play. We're tied at 1. This is Bronx baseball.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission.
Aggie up.
Bronx country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Back we are at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The game is tied at 1. 6, 7, 8 in the UTPA order against North Dakota right-hander Andrew Tome. And Shane Ammon leads off. First pitch outside. Ammon's 0 for 1. He reached on an error in the 2nd, walked, and scored the Bronx lone run in the 4th. That was on a 2-out RBI single by Evan Mason. Sam Alt, an RBI double in the top of the 4th, and that's where all the runs scored. If you were to take out the 4th, it would be a scoreless game. Can't do that, so it's a 1-1 game. And that's a 1-1 count on Ammon. Tomei's 84th pitch on the way. In the air, out towards short left. Out from short goes Fallis. In from left comes Alt to make the catch. One away. Here's Jesus Garcia, 1 for 2, an infield single in the fourth. Tome deals low. Peterson out for a talk with Tome. This is a huge game for both of these teams, and all. I mean, the WAC is so muddled in the middle right now. And what I mean by that is, if you were to look at the standings, you'd see that you have an 11-7 team as the 2 seed, a 9-9 team either as the 6 seed, and then another 9-9 team that would be missing the playoffs. That's a 2-game difference. So there are 6 teams for 5 spots right there. Pitch outside 2-0. Now, of course, technically, Chicago State and Northern Colorado are still alive for those spots as well. Chicago State has been playing better lately. Pitch a strike. Although both those teams' elimination numbers are starting to get a little lower. But what tells you everything is that UTPA, North Dakota, New Mexico State. Pitch is hit in the air out towards center, caught by Threlkel. There's 2 away for Evan Mason, 2 for 2 with an RBI in the fourth. All 3 of those teams have elimination numbers or rather magic numbers of 9 to clinch a playoff spot. Those are your 4, 5, and 6 seeds. Your 3 seed, Seattle, has a magic number of 8. Your 2 seed, Utah Valley, a magic number of 7. There are 9 games left. And the magic numbers are incredibly high. I mean, only Sacramento State's is relatively low at 4. And all those magic numbers with Bakersfield, because the Bronx took 2 out of 3 from Bakersfield, so the Bronx hold the tiebreaker, and that's why you do it with them. Ball 1 to Mason. And since there were a couple of series snowed out, you have 4 teams that are playing 3 fewer games than everybody else, assuming no further schedule issues. Pitch low, 2-0. So you go by winning percentage, not by straight games back. So there's actually 2 scenarios. You have 2 teams that have a magic number of 10 with 9 games to play. Because if both they and the team directly behind them win out, the team directly behind them will pass them with a higher winning percentage because of a different number of games played. Pitch fouled off at the plate, 2-1. So it's incredibly complicated. There are a lot of numbers on an incredibly convoluted spreadsheet that I've put together. I showed it to Danny earlier, and I think his eyes lost focus.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I thought it was an eye test.
Yeah. There are a lot of numbers on it. 2-1. Fastball outside, 3-1. As we said at the top of the program, you want to assure yourself a playoff spot, just win. In North Dakota is half a game ahead of the Bronx. Pitch lined up the box into center, a base hit for Mason. So both of these teams, they're right there competing for playoff spot, and you start to look at what other teams are doing a little bit, only being partially sure of how that's even impacting you.
But you're right. The only way you can guarantee yourself a spot in there is if you win. You can't depend on anybody else in this situation. It's going to come down to probably the last game of the season.
Best way. Andy Fortuna digs in 0 for 1 with a sack, and he looks at strike 1. The 0-1, fastball high, 1-1. If you look at the other series, a couple of the other, one of the other series going on, Utah Valley at New Mexico State, for example. I mean, I have no idea which is better, from the Bronx standpoint. Who would you want to win? I don't know. Too many games left. Pitch outside 2-1. Later on, we might say, oh, if only. But right now, some of these other series you can look at and you can figure out who the Bronx should probably be hoping for. Certainly any series Grand Canyon plays, because they're not postseason eligible, so they can just not. It doesn't matter where they finish; they won't affect seeding. Well, what they can do is play spoiler for a few teams, and if you have to go to the second tiebreaker, 2-1 fouled back, which is your record against the top teams down. The Bronx won the season series with Grand Canyon, so if some of the teams the Bronx might end up tied with lose the season series with Grand Canyon, and let's say you get tied with a team. Well, in this case, I mean, the Bronx, barring something crazy, I mean, they should end up playing everybody. So that second tiebreaker shouldn't come up, but in a three-way tie it could, which is incredibly possible. Or a four-way tie, pitch low. 3-2. The more teams you get, the more likely it is you have to go to another tiebreaker. In a two-way tie or a four-way tie, you might need it because you could finish 500. Everybody can finish 500 in aggregate head-to-head. So games like that suddenly become important. Pitch low, ball 4. He walked him with the runner in motion. So Mason at second, Fortuna at first, all with 2 outs. A single and a walk, and we roll over the order. 4th time tonight. Here's Brian Ramirez. He's grounded out twice. He struck out once, and now a base hit can give the Bronx the lead. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball strike. Tomei deals. Swing and a miss. Pumped it by a 0-2. For the first time today, there are people in one of the bullpens. They're in the North Dakota bullpen. It'll be an 0-2, 2 on, 2 out. And Tomei deals. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout. And Tomei escapes the jam. That was a 6th strikeout. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left at the end of 6 innings of play. We're tied at 1. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Raulito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
Welcome back out to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the 7th. We're tied at 1, and with the play-by-players, Danny.
Thank you, Jonah. Sam Alt's going to lead things off for North Dakota as he looks at a ball outside from Sam Street. Street quickly brings the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball right on the outside corner, 1-1 to count. The right-hander brings the pitch. Fastball misses away. 2-1. The pitch lifted high in the air over the left side. It's going to slice out of play. Count goes to 2-2 after that GNS glass foul ball. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a tapper foul right at the plate. Alt stays alive here. Infield playing Alt to pull the ball. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swinging a little liner out towards left center field. Mason over to his right. He won't be able to get it. Takes it on a hop. Fires it back in. A leadoff single for Alt. He is aboard now for Daniel Lockhart. Lockhart 0 for 2 tonight. Fly out on the ground out.
Batting for North Dakota, second baseman number 3, Daniel Lockhart.
Looks like there's going to be a pinch runner for Alt.
Dalton Parrott.
Pinch runner at first base for North Dakota.
Throw over to first, not in time.
Now at first base for North Dakota, number 17, Dalton Parrott.
Dalton Parrott back in there standing. Another throw over, not in time. Lockhart still waiting for his first pitch of the at-bat. He shows bunt. Here comes the pitch from Street. Bunted over to the first base side, and a nice move by Garcia to let that one go and pick it up in foul territory. If not, that would have, if he tried to pick up the ball earlier, then could have been a base hit. Or a sac bunt.
Would have been a sac bunt. But what you hope is that on one strike, Lockhart can't get it down and force him to swing away, and you get a double play or some other type of out, and you keep the runner at first base. Because if he does get it down again and then you get him out, well, then it's the same thing as if you'd taken it right there.
Throw over to first, not in time.
But you give yourself a chance that maybe he won't get it down twice.
Here's the pitch. Bunted over to the first base side again. This time, Garcia picks it up and tags out Lockhart. Parrott moves over to second.
That was a nice bunt. Kept it right along the infield dirt grass line area, and that one was going to stay fair.
So that'll bring Jacob Threlkel to the plate. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Couple of singles. Another hit here could give North Dakota the lead. Threlkel looks down over to the first base dugout. Straight out of the stretch, looks in. Here's the pitch to Threlkel. The breaking ball misses outside. 1-0. Street now with a 1-0 pitch. Fastball just a bit outside again. 2-0 the count. Spin move towards second. Nobody there to take the throw from Street, but it forces Parrott back to the bag.
One of South Texas' coldest refreshing drinks from the Bronx concession stand.
One away here in the top of the 7th. We're tied at 1. The pitch. Off speed from Street. Catches the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Morales at third, plays in on the grass. Threlkel calls time, steps out on the street. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball right on the outside edge. Count evens up at 2-2. Both teams with 1 run on 6 hits tonight. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Threlkel down on strikes. Strikeout number 7 for Street. 2 away, and now back to the top of the order with Patrick Reaver. Reaver is 0 for 2 tonight. Pop out a strikeout, and then he dropped down a sac bunt back in the 5th. Spin move towards second. Not in time. According to Ted Kovac, Street thought he had the runner. I thought he had him too.
As close as it gets.
Street looks in. He's going to check his runner again. Now another throw over. Not in time once more.
Another close one, although I think the last one was a little closer.
Now the pitch. Fastball. Tied on the knees. Street gets the signs from Howe. The 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Street trying to get out of this inning, trying to work around the leadoff single by Sam Alt. Pinch runner came in for Alt. He's now at second, the 1-1. Breaking ball Right on the outside edge, taken for strike 2. Street looks in, shakes off a couple of pitches. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball way outside, and I believe that's a slider from Street. Reaver not chasing. Here's the 2-2. Now back into the screen. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Street checks his runner. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a high pop up on the, or behind home plate. Howe loses the mask and he makes the catch. That'll do it for North Dakota here in the top of the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on. In the middle of the 7th, we're tied at 1, and it's stretch time here at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. We'll be back with more Bronx baseball after this break.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Raulito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
It's the Red Tag.
We go to the bottom of the 7th here at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. Danny Elizondo with you here tonight alongside Jonah Goldberg. Here's the first pitch to Victor Garcia Jr. from Andrew Tomei, and there's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. We're knotted up at 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. That one gets Garcia on that right knee. He is aboard to start the bottom half of the inning with a hit by pitch. And he continues to find his way on for the Bronx.
3 times in 4 trips, walk, infield single, hit by pitch. Doesn't matter how he does it, he's always on base. Such a great asset at the top of the lineup. He's only a freshman.
Now Alberto Morales to get a chance here in the 7th as he stares down to Coach Mantrana at third base coach's box. Now digs in there. Tomei steps off the rubber. The pitch to Morales stays high, 1-0, and there's some action in the North Dakota bullpen. Tomei sets at the letters. Here's the 1-0. There's a swing and a pop-up over here to our right.
Down the first baseline. Senator Giannis Diaz.
The count evens at 1-1. Tomei now with a 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball right in the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Reed Jungling warming up, the left-hander in that bullpen for North Dakota. And Brock Johnson, the right-hander, also warming up. Here's the 1-2. Off speed, just off the outside corner, and I believe that's the changeup from Tomei. It's almost the exact same arm slide and arm speed as the fastball, but has some break at the end of it. Here's the 2-2, swinging a high fly ball out towards the right side. Reaver going back a couple of steps, and he's there to make the catch.
No batting for your Bronx. Catcher, number 14.
That'll bring Alex Howe to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Howe singled back in the 5th. He digs in there, runner on, 1 out. Tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch to Howe. The fastball stays upstairs. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, swinging a liner out towards right, or excuse me, left center. That'll fall in there for a base hit. Garcia heads towards third. The throw is not in time. Good. Heads up base running by Garcia. The Bronx putting something together here in the bottom of the 7th with runners on the corners now for Edgar Cordon. Cordon tonight 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs to the pitcher. And a strikeout. He looks down to third. And now time's going to be called as North Dakota's head coach Jeff Dodson takes a slow walk to the mound. Tomei now with 112 pitches on the night. 68 of those for strikeouts.
For strikes?
Oh, excuse me, strikes.
That's a lot of strikeouts.
That is a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, but he's pitched a pretty good game so far, so they're going to leave him in.
So now everybody will get back into position. Now Edgar Cordon digs in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Cordon. Shane Ammon on deck. Here's the 0-1. Fastball tied on the knees. That count evens at 1-1. Howe at first. Victor Garcia Jr. at third as Cordon looks at a strike on the outside corner. Change up once again from Tomei. Here's the 1-2. Bunted over to the right side. That'll be grabbed by Toma. He'll take it to the bag himself, but Victor Garcia Jr. comes in to score as Edgar Cordon works it to perfection, and the Bronx now lead 2-1.
Now batting for your Bronx, left fielder number 23, Craig Amon.
Alex Howe moves up to second base. He's in scoring position now for Shane Ammon. Ammon looks at a ball from Tomei. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Lifted out towards shadow left field. Parrott comes in and he takes a couple steps back and he makes a catch. And that'll do it for the Bronx here in the bottom of the 7th, but not before they get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on. After 7 innings of play, the Bronx lead 2-1. We'll be back with more Bronx baseball after this break.
It's the Red Tax Sales event at South Texas Buick GMC. Come in today and claim your Red Tax cash on just about all of our Buick and GMC inventory. It's the Red Tax Sales event at South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
Well outside to the backstop. Everybody running real slow.
Welcome back to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. Go to the top of the 8th. Danny Elizondo with you here tonight alongside Jonah Goldberg. Bronx now lead 2-1. Tyler Fall is going to lead things off for North Dakota as he bunts that one foul and into the seats. Count is 0-1. Fall is tonight is 1 for 3. He singled back in the first. The 0-1. Breaking ball looked good. Just a bit outside apparently. Count evens at 1-1. Chuck Lyon not giving that outside corner to these left-handed hitters. And now the 1-1. Fastball right on the knees. 1-2 the count here on Fallis. It'll be Peterson and Trigstad to follow here in the top of the 8th. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a tapper foul. Count stays a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Changeup misses away. Two and 2 the count. Street now with the pitch. Fastball tied on the knees. So the count goes full here on Follis. Here comes a payoff pitch. Breaking ball inside, ball 4. Follis works the at bat for a walk. He is aboard now for Taylor Peterson. He's 0-4-2 with a walk.
Now batting for North Dakota, catcher number 8, Taylor Peterson.
Time called as Howe flashes some signs to the infield. Street would love a ground ball right here.
Make sure you join the Bronx Kids Club today. Become a Bucky's VIP friend. Visit UTPABronx.com for all the details. All those kids 13 and under. Become a member of the
Now
Bronx
Howe wants to have a word with Street.
You log on to UTPABronx.com.
Street checks his runner. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses just a bit low. 1-0. The 1-0. Fastball. Again misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Bronx lead 2-1 here in the top of the 8th. Leadoff man is aboard for North Dakota and Tyler Follis. The 2-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball out towards left field. Ammon going back. He will be there to make the catch. Fires it back in. Follis has to scamper back to the bag.
For North Dakota, designated hitter number 4, Zach Tristad.
That's one away now for Zach Trigstad, who's 0-4-3. Grounded into a double play back in the first, lined out to the shortstop in the 4th, and then struck out looking in the 6th. The infield again plays him to pull. Throw over, not in time. Street brings a pitch. Lifted out towards left center field. Ammon going over to his left. He is there to make the catch yet again. 2 down.
Now batting for North Dakota, first baseman number 21.
Now the first baseman, Jeff Campbell, comes to the dish. He's 0-4-2 with a walk. He came in to score in the 4th. The RBI single by Sam Alt. The pitch from Street, a fastball right on the knees.
Please keep all the little children off the field, please, for their safety.
Time called. Looked like there was a kid on the field briefly.
Yeah, he snuck his way through the fence because fence a little. There's not enough room for you or me to get through. A little kid. But luckily, the dad was right behind him, grabbed him right back on.
The 0-1 right on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 here on Campbell. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Campbell gone and looking on 3 pitches. That's the 8th strikeout of the night for Street, and that'll do it for North Dakota here at the top of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on in the middle of the 8th. Bronx lead 2-1. We'll be back with more Bronx baseball after this break.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
The 2-2.
We go to the bottom of the 8th here at Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. Danny Elizondo with you here alongside Jonah Goldberg. Bronx lead 2-1. Jesus Garcia going to lead things off. Still Andrew Tome out there for North Dakota as the first pitch to Garcia is a fastball that misses up and in, 1-0. A 1-0 pitch. Stays outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Garcia. It was 1-4-3 tonight as Tomei brings a pitch. Garcia showed bunt, pulled it back, took it for ball 3. There's a strike on the outside corner. Get me over. Pitch right there from Tomei. A 3-1 lifted high in the air over to the right side. The right fielder Reaver comes in to make the catch. One down now for Evan Mason. Mason tonight, 3 for 3. See, drops down the bunt on the third base side. Grabbed by Tomei with a bare hand. The throw to first is not going to be in time. The throw gets away and up the first base line as Mason heads to second with the slide. It'll be a hit and an error.
4 for 4 for Evan Mason tonight. That's a career best.
So they a bunt single for Mason. He goes to second on the E1. Now he is in scoring position for Andy Fortuna. Bronx lead 2-1. Looking for some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. Mason heading over to third. The throw sails into left field. Mason pops up and heads to the plate, and he will score. It'll be a stolen base for Mason and an E2 that brings him in to score, and the Bronx lead 3-1.
Wow.
That throw wasn't even close from Peterson. There's a swing and a miss by Fortuna. The count evens at 1-1. Couple of throwing errors by North Dakota here in the 8th. That led to another run for the Bronx as that one's fouled back by Fortuna. The count goes to 1-2. A 1-2 pitch, check swing, foul ball over to the right side. A 1-2, swinging a Dribbler out towards second base, grabbed by Lockhart, and he fires on to first for out number 2. Now back to the top of the order with Brian Ramirez, who's 0 for 4 tonight.
No bunting for the Bronx.
That's 130 pitches now for Tomei. Ramirez awaits the pitch. Shows bunt. Takes it for a ball outside, 1-0. The 1-0 delivery, swinging a high pop-up over to the left side. That's going to head out of play.
Heads up, down the third baseline. That's another Gomez. No ball.
So the count evens here at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Right through the breaking ball. Tomei kicks in, delivers. Swinging a chopper out towards short, gobbled up by Fallis. He sets up, fires on a first and in time. And that'll retire the side for the Bronx here in the bottom of the 8th, but not before they get 1 run on 1 hit. 2 errors and nobody left on. After 8 innings of play, the Bronx lead 3-1. We'll be back with more Bronx baseball after this break.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
Dr. Pena, does LASIK surgery work?
LASIK surgery is America's most frequently performed elective procedure. In fact, I've helped thousands of patients see better.
Dr. Pena.
Call me Raulito.
Thousands and thousands. Raulito, are you sure?
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Follow me. I had to put him somewhere. It's a big project.
That's a lot of successful operations. Call Dr. Raulito Pena at 661-UC.
The phone keeps ringing. Gotta make room.
Welcome back to Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. We go to the top of the 9th. And with a play-by-play, here's Jonah.
All right, thank you, Danny. Bronx with a 3-1 lead and 3 outs to go to try and get Sam Street his 5th straight and 9th overall complete game and run his record to 11-0. First pitch, fastball, strike to Ryan Reese, the number 6 hitter, 1 for 3, singled in the 4th. Florida Gulf Coast won earlier today. That means Mike Murray improved to 11-0 as well. Pitch high and tight. 1-1. So Street looking to stay atop. Ryan Williams of East Carolina didn't factor into today's decision. He's a reliever who has 10 wins. He's 10-2 with 5 saves, but East Carolina lost, so non-factor. So he'll stay with 10 wins, and Street can stay above on top of the victory standings. What would now be a 2-way tie. He can improve to 11-0. He can get 3 more outs. Up 3-1 in the 9th. Fastball outside, 2-1. 125 pitches, 79 strikes for Street. That's normal. Fastball upstairs, 3-1. With that said, the Bronx bullpen has some action just in case. Street deals. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 3-2. It's been a very long time since the Bronx have used the bullpen for Street. In fact, it's been over a month. March 28th, he's thrown 4 straight complete games since then. The bullpen's only been used for a total of 4 1/3 innings behind Street this season as the pitch is in the air to center. Mason backtracking. He is underneath to make the catch. 1 away.
That is Andrew Padron and Austin Casas warming up.
Casas very tough on righties, and then Padron has really developed himself as a great late inning option. So it could just depend on the situation, who's up and what. If they do decide to go to the bullpen, but it's been a long time since they've done that with Street on the mound. Dalton Parrott getting his first at bat of the game. He pinch ran for Sam Alden the 7th, and he looks at strike 1. Parrott is at $193, 11 for 57, a double and 4 RBI. The 0-1, fastball outside, 1-1. Street deals, fastball chop back to the mound. Street fields, he runs towards first, flips underhand, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, number 3, Daniel Lockwood.
Bronx trying to get over 500 in whack play. They can do that with a win. First pitch fastball inside. $132 pitches, 83 strikes now for Street. 1-0. Fastball, strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Fastball at the end of that, fouled off to the right and out of play. The count 1-2, and Street and the Bronx are a strike away. Crowd to their feet, trying to root on Street to the final strike. The 1-2. Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again. Bases clean, 2 down, top of the 9th. Bronx up 3-1. Street looking to shut it down. 1-2. Swing, and there's a chopper to short. Grabbed by Morales, who fires the first, and this game is over. This one belongs to the Bronx. 3-1 victory for the UTPA Bronx over the North Dakota. Sam Street improves to an NCAA best, 11-0. With his NCAA best 9th straight complete game. Excuse me, 9th overall complete game. It's his 5th straight complete game. 9 innings, 1 run, 6 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 3 walks. 136 pitches, 87 strikes. Andrew Tomei pitched a complete game also, 8 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned on 2, 4, 6, 8 hits. He struck out 6 and walked 3 with 1 hit batsman along the way as well. Tomei, tough luck loser, he falls to 2 and 5. Recapping the scoring for you, North Dakota got their only run in the 4th with 2 outs, a walk and a single, set up an RBI double by Sam Ault. Bronx answered back in the bottom of the inning. Also with 2 outs, a walk and an infield single, set up an RBI single by Evan Mason, who had a 4-for-4 game. In the 7th, the Bronx put 2 on. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Suicide squeeze Edgar Cordon gave the Bronx the lead, and then they tacked on in the 8th Evan Mason, an infield single. Moved to second on a throwing error. He stole third, throw in to left field. He scored. Bronx win 3-1. Final line scores: North Dakota, 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors. They left 7. The Bronx, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 10. Time of the game, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Seen in front of a crowd of 400 even. Danny, your player of the game.
I'm going to go with Edgar Cordome tonight. Came through with the clutch bunt that allowed Victor Garcia Jr. to come in and score and gave the Bronx the lead at the time. And it was a clutch situation with 2 strikes. Bunt was called for him, and he worked it to perfection.
Bronx and North Dakota do again tomorrow. 6 o'clock start, 5:50 pregame. Catch all the action right here at UTPABronx.com, 956sports.com. But that'll do it for us from Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in. This has been a presentation of Bronx Baseball. For more information, log on UTPABronx.com. If you ever want to reach us, send an email. Our contact info is up on the website under Inside Athletics. Click on Staff Directory. But for now, for my partner in crime, Danny Elizondo, the man running the camera, the one and only Jim Bob Sides, and of course Jack Falla, wherever you are, this is Jonah Goldberg saying goodnight from Edinburgh Baseball Stadium. Bronx win 3-1.